Reppin' Adidas. This is sponsored. This video is sponsored by. Kidding. Someday we're claiming it.
Stores are like Chelsea change. Now the lights spread the dimes. Time this precious, your dreams sense at all. Godly thrones that be dancing a lot. That ransom don't come at all.
Hi everyone, Lexi here with the Traditional Locs, and I am here for my 2-year update. Woohoo! Isn't that crazy? Like, it's so crazy. I've had locks for 2 years. Like, there are people who know me now who didn't know me without locks, who never knew me without locks. Crazy, right? So before we get started, 2 things. Number 1, they have decided that now is the time for them to do landscaping in our apartment complex. If you hear the machine in the background, I apologize for that. It is what it is. They're gonna be out there all day. And second of all, you know what it is. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment below. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at the number 2 Sisters Locked, LOCD. And now we are also on Pinterest, so go and check out our page on Pinterest. Save whatever pictures you like from us, all that good stuff. You already know what it is. So today's kind of a bad hair day. I'm about to wash my hair today, but I'm gonna put it in 2-strand twist, and I wanted you guys to see what my hair actually looks like, you know, kind of in its normal state. So to get started, I have like an actual swing and ponytail now. Like, I love that it's like filling out and all that stuff. I will say, so my hair is very layered, and the longer it grows, the more layered not the more layered it gets, but the difference in length is very obvious. And I don't hate it. I like actually kind of the layered looks. I like how it makes my ponytail look, and I like how it looks when it's down. But it does cause some issues when I'm trying to style my hair, because especially when I pull my hair back, like, there are a lot of short locks in the front that are like really straining to get back there. And of course we know if we pull our styles too tight, then it causes breakage along our edges. So there are certain styles that it really gets in the way of, and you can see some of the like little ones sticking up here. But otherwise, I really like it. And just to kind of explain how that happened, I can't really explain how it happened. I don't know what happened. You know, when your hair is locking, it starts to shrink up. The top shrunk up a lot more than the bottom part. It could be because of the top of my hair is thicker overall than the bottom part of my hair. I don't know. But that's just how it happened. And you know what? These are how my locks are, and I'm embracing it, and I love it. So, you know. Retwisting. I retwist my hair probably about every 7 to 8 weeks. I'm really trying to go long in between retwists, because guys, my biggest fear is that my locks start thinning out, that I start balding or something. So I'm really trying to keep, I like how full my locks are, and I'm trying to keep them this full and this thick and this big for as long as I can. So I'm trying to go longer in between retwists, because when you go longer, it allows for your hair to grow out more. It allows the root to continue to be full and thick. So I've been doing that, and so far it's been working out pretty well. What I will do is I will go about 4, when I do my first wash, instead of doing a retwist, I'll do 2-strand twists, and then I'll let it out. So that'll give me like another 4 or 5 weeks of another style, and you know, for my locks to look really good before I actually retwist it. Let me reveal my locks. I had a hat on today. I went out with some friends because the front of my hair is looking kind of crazy. Oops. Velcro got stuck. Look at my locks, guys. What? Girl, I got my shells in. Y'all, come on now. I'm just so proud of them. I'm not saying my locks are better than anybody else's, but I just really appreciate my locks. I love everybody's locks. What I love about locks is how we can all like try and attempt to do the same thing with our hair, but we all look different. Like, I just love the variety of locks, and this is what my locks look like now. So I'll do a 360 so you guys can see what it looks like. Okay. There we go. So here you can see some of the layering, like especially here in the front. My hair in the front before I was locked was shorter anyway, because I always was cutting little bangs and stuff like that. So that was always shorter. So that's the thing, is that like if I want to pull my hair back, they're not long enough to pull all the way back unless I'm pulling them really tight, which I don't want to do. And then they kind of are a bang, but they're not really, and I just can't pin them up sometimes. So those things are frustrating. But overall, I do like this part. One of the biggest changes, I did a trim on my locks, okay? And I'll insert some pictures here. I had locks, one of the things that I didn't like about my locks, and I put that in another video previously, was that I had some like very pointy ends. Like the ends weren't, you see how these are all nice and rounded? Let me find some good ones. Like here. Nice, rounded, blunt. Well, I had locks that were like, they were thick up here, but they were very thin at the end. And I might have one that I can find. So I hated that, because when I would do a retwist and stuff, the ends, they would just be like kind of sticking all over the place, you know, instead of just like looking like the rest of the lock. And I didn't know why that happened, and I was hoping that they would get better. Here's an example of one. See how thick it is up here and then how thin it is down here? I'll find a better one. I didn't know why that was happening, and I was hoping that it would get better as my locks matured, but then they did mature and did seal, and those ends still stayed that way. So that was really frustrating. So I ended up trimming all of it. Let's see, this one might be better. Yep, see, something like this. I ended up cutting off a lot of those ends, and that's how these got much more blunter and fuller, and so I really like that. So overall, my length, I like it. You know, I like my hair at all of these lengths. You know, I know some people are really anxious to get their hair, you know, down to their waist. I really like how my hair is right now. I will say though, when I do 2-strand twist, them things be short and they be fat. So that's the only concern with the length that I have with my locks. But other than that, I love it. Like I can put my hair in a ponytail now. And it has, you know, it hangs pretty well. I can do half up, half down if I want. You know, I can do a lot of things. Like I can't do everything that I want, but I can do a lot of things. The last thing I will bring up about my locks, I have a couple concerns. So number one, my locks are pretty symmetrical. They're really coming together now. Not super frizzy down the actual lock, but at the top of my head, and I don't even think you can see it well, I have a lot of loose pieces coming out of my lock now. And what I mean is that I will retwist my hair, and then after like a week, it's not that it's unraveling, but there are pieces coming, like very long pieces coming out down the lock and at the very top. Like I said, it's not, I don't think it's new growth, because they're very long pieces going down the lock. And so I'm wondering if maybe I should start retwisting a little bit more often, because I think that there are some pieces of hair that did not get locked in my locks. And so what I've been trying to do is when I see them, kind of wrap them around the lock to try and get them back in. But that has been my biggest concern, and I wish I could find some now, because when I tell you, it could be like a strand of hair all the way down here that's like this long coming out of my lock, and I'm so confused. It has been a little bit concerning, because I do want all my strands to be within my locks. I also noticed that some of my locks are a little bit bumpy. Like this one. This is a good one right here. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that? There's like a bump in here, like a dent. Okay? And I'm not sure if some of that is like product. So like look at this lock compared to and I'm not talking about the bumps like these bumps, right? I think these bumps are cute. I hope y'all hear that. I hope y'all hear that. I don't do thunder, you know. So for example, like this one's a little bit better, right? This one's more symmetrical all the way through. I'm not sure what is causing that. I know some people say that when you braid your locks or twist your locks too much, it can cause that. But I went about 6 months without doing any twisting or braiding of my locks, and it's still, you know, these have formed since then. I don't know. I honestly don't know. So yeah, overall, still loving my lock journey. I have, obviously, in this video, I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I'm gonna tell you guys all my concerns. I think I did. I had a lot of concerns, not a lot of concerns. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I'm gonna let you guys know, you know, hey, not all this is perfect. There are things that I am worried about, things that I have dealt with, you know, I've had to adjust some things, but overall, I love my locks still. Still the best decision that I've ever made. And I just can't wait to see what this 3rd year brings, honestly. We have big changes coming soon. Shelby and I are both moving. Shelby's moving to Boston, Massachusetts. I'm moving all the way over to Portland, Oregon. These are both very, see, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. It's time for me to go. These are both very low diversity cities. And so it's going to be very interesting to see what it's like being a black woman with locks in an area where it's like only 5% black. Very interesting, but stay tuned, guys. Once again, make sure that you are subscribed to this channel, that you're liking the videos, commenting. We love to interact and talk with you guys. Hit us up on Instagram, please. Any questions? We are on Instagram all the time. We post almost every day. We have things on our stories. We have reels, tutorials, all of that on Instagram. Check us out on Instagram at the number 2 Sisters Locs. And like I said, we're on TikTok and now we're on Pinterest. So go ahead, guys, follow us. Thank you so much for following us and for watching our journeys. I'm gonna stop now because the storm is getting pretty bad and I have to go hide under my bed. Bye, guys.